Okay, good afternoon, my viewers, my subscribers. You're welcome to today's video. Okay, so today we want to talk about dart manipulation, how to calculate the number of inches we are supposed to be removing from our dart legs. Okay, and it's very simple. Now, what you remove for a bust size of 35 is different from what you remove from a bust size of 30. Is different from what you are going to remove for a bust size of 45. Is different from what you are going to be removing from a bust size of 50 and extra large people 60. But I won't advise you to be removing that for size 60, bust 60, because the bust is very big right now. So there's actually, when you are doing that one, I will advise you seek for help. Okay, so you don't pay for fabric, and there's a way to package the breast. Okay, so it does not get funny. Yes, so today we'll be looking at this. So now, if you need me to do any tutorial for you, chat me up on 090-332-34908. But please be sure to have patience, to be patient. I see my clients and my subscribers sending me videos and saying, Mama, it's urgent. It's not urgent though, because whenever I make a video, it has to be, most of these videos you see are almost 2 hours. You understand? So we have to break them down, some in two parts, then start editing. So it's not really easy. It's not really that easy, except you are saying, if you chat me up on WhatsApp, I should just use mouth to explain for you. But if you are requesting for a video, there's a lot of ins and outs in all my videos. So there are some parts that are always edited out, like this long story where they talk now, then they always edit and come out. So let's talk about it now. So there are sometimes you see the front panel of your bustier looking like this. Okay, just know that whatever they remove from this side was constant. Do you understand? This was where the manipulation happened. Okay, you see that the curve is tilting to one side and the front panel is just straight. It means that from here, whatever they removed was constant, but from here it varied. Do you understand? Or it's more, whatever they removed is more on this side. It means that if 1 inch was removed from here, they removed like 1.5, 2 inches, 2.5 from here. Okay, it means that if 2 inches was removed from here, 3.5, 3 inches was removed from here. But when you see it balanced like what you are seeing now, okay, it means that it was equally shared. If what was removed is 3 inches, it means 3 inches were removed from here and 3 inches was removed from here, and it means 1.5 inch was removed from here and 1.5 inch was removed from here, 1.5 inch was removed from here and 1.5 inch was removed from here. Now, to know the exact number of measurement inches of that to remove is very easy, very simple. Just follow this method I'm going to be showing us now. If you follow it to the letter, you will not have problem. It's just like when you are measuring for neckline. Okay, they say use 3 by 3 that's what we always do. So in basic bodies, they'll tell you standard, remove 1.5 inch, remove 1.5 inch. It's not all the time you do it, it works. So there are some particular bust size you will do it for, your bust will be pointed. There are some particular bust size you will do it for, the breast will not even enter inside. Do you understand? But if you measure it and you get the exact that measurement, that removal measurement for this particular bust, it will pack your breast, it will pack your customer's breast. And when you're making a bustier, the beauty of a bustier is that it's looking balanced. It's like the bust area is looking balanced and well cupped. Okay, if you make it and it's not enough that the breasts have to be pressed out to the top, is you didn't do it well. Okay, you didn't do it well. But then whatever you do, and most times when you make mistakes in that intake, do you understand, it's very difficult to correct, except you are really an expert and you know that, okay, we can use bias, we can use something to ease that tightness. Okay, it's better. And again, I always used to advise you on one thing. Please, whenever you are making fabric for anybody, instead of it to be too tight, let it be too big so that you shape. If you are a beginner, okay, if you shape, it is better than if it is too tight. If it's too tight, the cloth is automatically condemned, except you want to play around it, except you have other things you can do to make it look, to rescue the situation. If not, the cloth is condemned. So it's better for you that it is too big than that is too tight. Now, when doing measurement of your client, round bust, when you take the tape round your customer, please put a finger inside. With that one finger inside the tape, you can never go wrong. Okay, so now let's do something now, real quickly. And now this is my client standing right here now with two legs and two hands, right? This is the shoulder. And should I do something like this? Should I do something like this? Let me do something like this. My client wear trouser. Okay, so this is my client's waist, right? Okay, this is my client's waist, right? And this is my client's bust, right? This side is the bust and this is the waist, right? Now, for us to know the correct dart intake for this particular client of mine is round bust circumference chai my writing doctor own sef no reach am. Round bust circumference minus waist circumference. Una go manage dis my writing oo chai, I sabi write sha. Okay, so round bust circumference minus waist circumference. Put the tape round this person, tell am say make e spread im hand the way wey dis person spread im hand. So you see, this person can spread hand very well. The way this person spread hand very well, tell the person to spread his or her hand. Okay, this person have spread hand. Put the tape round on top of the person's breast. Okay, put one finger inside the tape. As you are holding the tape together, put one finger inside that tape. Okay, now what did you get? I got let's say I got 40. Now come down to the waist, and where did I tell you is your waistline? Now your waistline is that part of your body where there is a curve. It looks like there's a curve, but most times, okay, most times it's not the same for everybody. There are some people that have tummy that there's no curving. Do you understand? So you have to take that into consideration when you come to that kind of, this is an exception of pregnant woman. Oh, a pregnant woman does not have waist. Please, when you are making fitted gown for a pregnant woman, know it that a pregnant woman does not have waist. After bust and on after heavily pregnant woman though, okay, does not have waist. After bust you have under bust, and that's all. That is all. So let's assume that this my client's bust line is 40, bust circumference is 40. Now coming to the waistline, I put my tape again around the waist, and I said that waistline is that area, part of the body where this upper body is curved out towards the hips, right? And I'm saying there are some people that don't have that curve, right? Now for you to find the waist of anybody, feel the person's navel, go up by 2 inches. That's the person's waist. What did I say? Feel the person's navel, go up by 2 inches. That is the what? The waist. That's all. Okay, now, and then put the tape round that person's waist. Okay, put one finger inside. That's the waist circumference. And I want to assume that this person's waist circumference is 36. Okay, is 36, right? Now, what we are doing now is trying to show you the best way to get moderate dart intake. But then I always used to tell people, do what works for you. But this is a formula I've used over the years, and I found out that it gives me what I want. Okay, so 40 minus 36 is going to give us 4 inches. Now, you know it's round circumference, right? So we are looking for just for the front, and then we have 2 inches. That is 4 divided by 2 is giving us 2 inches. Do you understand? So now, right? So what we are going to be doing now is dividing these 2 inches in a ratio of 3:1. Now I'm going to divide this 2 inches into 3. One part of it will be shared for the back dart, because why? The front dart is where the cup is much. Okay, so the front dart is going to have the bigger part of this 2 inches than the back. Do you understand? That's why most times back dart is always like half inch, just straight up, half inch straight up. Do you understand? Back dart is always half inch. Okay, now so you are going to divide. I want to make this something that we can easily relate to. Okay, let's assume that the bust circumference is 44. Okay, let me assume now, I want to make it easier for us to divide. So I want to assume that the bust circumference is 44 instead of 40. Now 44 divide minus 36. If bust circumference is 44, okay, and waist circumference is 36, right? So 44 minus 36 is 8 inches, right? Divide that 8 inch into 2. Whatever you got is what we are working on. So 44 minus 36 is giving us 8 inches, right? So we are dividing this 8 into 2, which is 4 inch. Do you understand? 8 divided by 2 is giving us 4 inches. So I am now saying divide this 8 inch, this 4 inch into 4 places. Sorry, into 4 places. 3 inch is going for the front, 1 inch will go for the back. That's why I wanted to use this particular one. I don't know if I say divide it into 3. No, it's dividing into, that's what confused me. It's dividing it into 4 places. So I'm going to be dividing this 4 into 4 places. 3 part of it will go to the front, and 1 part of it will be distributed to the back. Do you understand? That means for this particular person's, my client that owns this particular basic bodies, 1 inch, if you divide this 4 into 4, 1 inch will go to the back. 3 parts of this 4 will come to the front. I don't know if we are understanding. So now that means the front dart is going to be 3 inches, while the back dart is going to be 1 inch. So we are taking half on both sides. Do you understand? Now for this front now is 3 inches. So we can now decide to make this place 1 inch, 2 inches by this side. We can now decide to make this place 1 inch, 2 inches by this side, 1 inch, 2 inches by this side. So you see that those are the kind of ones that the front will be straight. Do you understand? Or we can decide, since this side, this dart here is carrying 3 inches, we can decide to make it 1.5 by this side, 1.5 by this side. Okay, 1.5 by this side, 1.5 by this side. Now on no condition must the dart of this side be more than that of this side. Instead of the dart of this side to be more than this side, let this side be more than this side, but on average, depending on the style of dart you are imputing, make it to be equal. So I'm going to be marking my 1.5 here, and I will be marking my 1.5 here. I will still come up here and mark my 1.5 here, and then I'll mark my 1.5 here. Okay, and then because this is the bust point and I don't want anything to touch this bust point, I came down by 1 inch. I will now use my curved ruler. Okay, I'll use my curved ruler to connect like so, and I will also connect this one like so, and then I will bring it down. I will also bring this one down. By the time you are done with this particular dart, you will find out that everything is perfect. Now, concerning how much you are taking away from here, remember that I said what in sewing, whatever you take away from this measurement, please add it back. Do you understand? Add it back. The essence of sewing allowance is in case if whatever we played with here became too tight, we can actually put our hand in that allowance and complement it. Do you understand? Now, if our under bust measurement was like we mentioned there, our under bust is 36. If our under bust is 36 plus this 3 inches, okay, if our under bust was 36 divided by 4 is 9 inches, right? Plus this 3 inches that we remove from here, that is 12 inches, plus 2 inches sewing allowance, that is 14 inches. That's what we are marking here. If whatever our waist measurement is divided by 4 plus this 3 inches that we remove from here, we add it back, plus this 3 inches, then plus sewing allowance, we are going to now still mark it here. Then the bust point no dey too get wahala, still mark what you have and then still mark what you have on the bust point here, and then you connect. So that's that for this lower side, right? Now coming up to this side, if you choose to make it princess dart or shoulder dart, it all depends on you. Princess dart most times is very beautiful. I love it for most of my clothes. I prefer to use princess dart. Okay, now our shirts. Can you see? Okay, now it depends on whatever you want to do. The most important place is this bra cup here. You can see that it has cupped well. If you look at it, if because you open your eye, you will see that already our breast shape here has formed. So this place is just to add to it. So you can as well, whatever you add here, please add it to this side again. Whatever you add it back. Okay, add it back. If not, it will be shortened. This is for the princess that you are going to be removing half inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, however you want it. Then connect nicely down. Okay, make sure it doesn't get to the bust point. Okay, the bust point must always be a curve. You can now see. So whatever you remove here, half, extend this line and add it to this line. So this becomes your new armhole. And even at that this has become your new armhole, add it somewhere around here again, so you don't just have shortage. In case for you that you are a beginner. Now if you want it to be a shoulder dart, you will measure from this point to this point, get the midpoint, and then this is my midpoint. Okay, so that is for shoulder dart. Then I will connect nicely. The place that has formula is this particular part. So from here you are going to use your discretion. Now if you don't want to use a princess dart, you want to use a shoulder dart. Now whatever you remove from here, if it's 1 inch, if it's 0.75 inches, if it is half inch, it depends on you. Whatever you add here, extend this line, include it here, and this becomes your new armhole. Simple as that. So this tutorial for those that were asking me, Mama, how do we remove? If you remove 3 inches from a bust of 50, you are wrong. If you remove 3 inches from a bust of 25, 30, 35, you might be wrong. It might balance, but I prefer this calculation. Please always calculate before you use it. Thank you guys for watching. If you want me to do any illustration for you, please do not reject any style. Let's cut it first. Practice makes perfect. Go to the market, get all these small fabrics and use it to cut the style before you go ahead to cut it on your customers' fabric. Stay blessed and stay woke.